Hey guys, this is Kirob speaking, and today we're back in the Cyclist tactics with our career mode playthrough. And we are just about at the end of the third season, bringing glory to Archanan in style with Old Empire Racing. Last episode we abruptly ended before getting to the screen, and we do have a level up after a very mediocre result in the Southern Alps Tour. There was just a bit too much of hardcore resistance in there with some proper climbing experts that just nuked the entire field. Yeah, it was a little tough to watch in parts because you think like, yeah, we're doing so well, we have 30 energy left and 15 attack points, and then comes forward to the front. Who was it? Wilhelm Wagner or someone with like 70 energy and 20 attack. Like, okay, we're fucked. Yes. So today what we're going to do is actually start Season 4. As you can see, it's just one race left, the Montepierona Challenge, and that is mostly a hilly affair from the looks of it. Quite a bit of technical stuff thrown in there. We have Vladimir Antonov going for this one. But first things first, level ups. Damien, who just squeezed by and survived the Southern Alps Tour, kudos to him for doing that, he has a level up, level 6 now. And I think what we're going to do with him is just give him some more punch, some more speed. He really needs that if he wants to win stuff. But overall I like his stats at the moment, quite well balanced. Needs some more recovery, like one extra point there to give us a bit more recovery threshold and such. And then maybe some more attack points or attack per turn to make him even faster or more long attack capable. And other than that, we are done here with the team. Let's get to scouting. Let's look for some technical talent. That is not necessarily the best option, but downhill gives you extra recovery, so we subtract that again, but add energy. Let's see how that goes. 3897. That is atrocious because you can't use that much energy with so little recovery stat and just 7 as a stat point. So no, this isn't looking good. But there are some other good candidates here, it looks like. There's no more super talent left in our list of known riders. There's 111, but he's just level 3 at the moment. Oh, no, almost 4. Well, I guess we could take him on into our list. Our list is becoming quite nice, by the way. That is a lot of choice. The unfortunate part about it is that none of these riders have higher levels than what we have, but quite a few of them have much higher potentials, and we certainly can afford it after this season, because what we are looking at is an 8th place at the moment in Pro League, and that certainly finished better. That's a better finish than what I anticipated. But now, let's go into the next race, and well, we are going to focus all our efforts on Vladimir Antonov. Fortunately, all the teams are racing the Meranio trophy, so let's hope these guys or similar guys are not showing up in our race. Ouch. Okay, similar guys do show up in our race, but that's interesting. They're sending their B team. Yeah. Nova Sports Equipment does have Dino Lombardi, and that is their killer rider. So this is the B team they are sending. Do I read this right? And they have 26,000 prestige points. I missed that in that table. That is ridiculous. And they're coming with the best rider here as well. This is actually looking very suitable. Very, very suitable to that stage. Flat, downhill, and cobble. So yeah, getting through those technical sections, no problem. But on the other hand, Vladimir Antonov is looking like he is a top 10 candidate, so certainly going to push that. There's going to be very little, if not no slipstream to speak of here at the start. And then not in the downhill either. Holy shit, this is looking crazy. Terrifying technical from there to there. And then another one down there. So yeah, there's no rest on this one, apart from the move from here to the bottom. So this is pretty rough. And that repeats for all the downhill sections in this stage. Even this one. Even though these are a little medium, mild-ish. And then a very jumpable finish. This feels weird seeing the peloton marker without the energy and attack. That is, of course, a 1.1 feature that I've been testing. But yes, so we have... we just leave our riders in here for now. And then drop them back one at a time until the top of the stage, basically. Which is there, the roof. Overall 5 SKPs going at different speeds. Let's see where this leads. Here I'm deciding to move out of the peloton from P1. I think some P0 riders will follow me, although there's just one P0 rider. This pace overall seems a little lackluster, and there are already quite a few people who have moved there. There's a more efficient move to be done here, where we can on the next turn then jump across the 3 point section. Let's just move there. Yeah, everyone is following. Okay, so now we could force the peloton to be left behind, because this is just this one rider leading them out as a P1 rider, which means that the peloton will follow the highest energy-only move. And if we initiate this one with attack, then the peloton will only be able to follow this guy. And that gives us basically 3/4 of a turn of a lead. On the other hand, if you look at this, on the next turn we could do the same thing. When they are moving to here, we could just jump to there. This is looking like a better move in general. And now they start moving all of a sudden. Fuck them. Okay. Probably seeing what the best move would be to get to this place in 2 turns. This actually is a pretty good move for Vladimir, as it's just requiring the energy. No attack points. All good. Let's follow. That looks a lot harder for Pavel though. Okay, so even if we move all out from here and leave the peloton behind to there, it would still be a big jump to there. Also costing Vladimir Antonov quite a few attack points. Probably 2. Or actually just 1, if I count correctly. So this might be a viable move to get across. And alright, yep, that's the best one I can come up with. So let's move. Pavel following, Vladimir following, Damien following. And the peloton is left behind a little bit. And Vladimir actually has 28 attack points. That is a lot. Okay, so here comes the big jump. That is just such an efficiency benefit of 10 nodes. So that makes a difference of probably around 3 or 4, 5-ish energy in total. But of course costs us here. And yeah, that is nasty. No, okay, I did calculate wrong. This is pretty rough. But that is because he also dropped in energy per turn since then. But using some of his attack points with so many available is not necessarily a bad thing. So what I'm going to do now is to optimize the recovery for Vladimir by having Damien in my front, who has technical skill. No downhill there, so we could use Dennis as well. Comes out as the same. Or Pavel, for that matter. So we do want to move a distance, which... Oh, I see what's going to happen here. Yeah, so max, absolutely max through there, if we only move that far. Or using a lot of... Well, no energy requirement there. Then let's try to use nothing instead. Be efficient, get through this mess, And then on the next one, yeah, we can get out of that on the next one. And the peloton is just staying behind. Yeah, they're not making that jump, of course. They can't. And there we have a good set of recovery. Yeah, let's do this. I do want to get as much as possible. I'm not planning on riding all of this alone. Or, well, with my 4 guys up front. That's perfect. The exact right landing spot there serves as our maximum recovery spot. Oh, a little bit of energy payment to catch up to the peloton, who moved through that section. It's a fair move to make. And now, with most of the trouble behind us, it is time to start to fall back. Damien can stay up front. Holy... wow. Okay. That is 10 slipstream we are getting there. 5, 6, 7, 0. We're moving across the first little hill in this final stretch, about halfway through the stage. Peloton is picking up a little bit of pace now. It has been going really slow because that is a lone escapee up front on a short leash. That's a bit of an odd move from a rough technical section, jumping partially up a mountain. That will take 2 more turns to cross. We have crossed the big one with a weird move that is incorporating some downhill. And that's probably because these guys here don't mind. So what is our tactics here that are coming up? Well, I would say that Vladimir, with so many attack points that he has, should be aiming for jumping over this one, if this is possible. Should be. And then going on a bit of a solo slash assisted ride with either the favorites or one of our teammates, and then punch up the hill with his remaining attack points there. If that sounds good, I don't quite know. We shall see how this all unfolds. Yeah, well, this is looking like we could try and stir the pot a little bit. But also that would add some inefficiencies. Damien could lead us to the bottom of the slope, which would then allow some faster riders to maybe get to the bottom of that new little hill that's coming up. Second to last one. But, yeah, I'm not sure if we should. He's deliberately like one of the last riders here. He can't follow anyway. Oh, well, he could. He has 7 attack points left and 7 attack per turn. What do we want to do here? Just moving to there? I don't know if that... We have nothing to fear from this escape group. So let's just follow along and not do anything. Although I want to have a reshuffle to the back for free, which would come from this. So now I should... No, okay. Who's going? Gabriele. Who's Gabriele? Everyone followed there. Alright. And we still have 0 cost. And we can reshuffle to the back. So that's all fine. Oh, and there we go. Ouch. Peloton is going to the bottom of the slope, and that is a massive move. Okay. How bad does it hurt? Not too badly. We're not even leaving that many riders behind. Damien, you are in a weird spot here. I do want to know if the others are going to jump the hill or not before I make the move with him. So I'm going to spend that extra attack point reordering to the back of P0. And then I'm able to make that decision. So let's see. Vladimir here is looking strong still. 7-6 is a little slow, but he has plenty of resources. Yeah, okay. There goes the big move. That is, hurting, but not so much for Vladimir. It's fine. The bad thing here is that, well, going across here, I don't know if that lends itself for an attack. I mean, there is the technical stuff, but yeah, this will be a little critical. Let's see, all should be following. Yeah, there are a few candidates in here who are looking like they're just sniffing out the attack that goes. And I would want it to occur earlier rather than later because I have so many attack points to spend. The balance between my stats here means that I can go, well, that's almost 4 turns max. Whoa, that's a big one though. Yeah, and the peloton is following too. Is this ending up in a sprint? No, it isn't. There goes the attack. There goes all the favorites. Alright, okay. I wondered when that would take place. So here we have it. And Vladimir hangs in there. Now, top 10 is off the front. And that will likely be the top 10 of the stage. Now we need to make sure that we do some decent moves. And looking at their resources, we're pretty strong in this bunch. Well, not compared to Mario Ramos, who is a killer, it looks like. So yes, what I would like to do is go an all-out attack with Dennis. That gets... oh, well. Maybe. I think they will be going to exactly there, which would mean that an all-out attack is kind of futile, but we shall see. And yes, they are going exactly to there. But what I wonder is how far up the hill we would be able to get. Probably nowhere. If we were getting to there, then it might be worth a consideration to, like, nuke it. But we shall see. Can we get away with Vladimir here? Nope, not a chance. But we do have the best choices available to us in terms of positioning. So that's something. Now comes the calculations. The stronger of the two riders here is Fabio, but if Christian is moving max, then Fabio can't get past him because he has momentum blocked. How many nodes? 3. So yeah, there's no way getting past that. So can anyone get past 12 plus 2 plus 3? Because for the momentum blocking. Yeah, that is a lot. That's 17. And there we have a 16. That's not quite enough. No, not there either. 9-5 plus 2. That's also just a 16. So I think if Christian Gross or Fabio Valentini go all out, then that will be the sprint. Which means that we probably want to be on the wheel of this guy, Alberto Martini. Because he's the first faster one. And Dennis still has some, a little bit of juice in him. Which means that he will be able to follow most likely. Or will he? Oh, this is actually a stretch. Maybe not, because there's basically no slipstream. I'm looking for creating a buffer between me and the rest. So, are there any buffers? Because this guy looks like he's going to roll over everyone otherwise. Alright, I'm going to bank on the fact that... well, fact. I don't know if that is going to be a fact. But Christian Gross is going to go across the line first. Then Fabio is going to follow his wheel and out-sprint him. And... does he create any additional velocity? Probably not. And then we could be placed right behind him. So let me play it like this. No, that is not a good place. This is not a good place. This would be the wheel there. And yeah, we're going to get nuked by Alberto Martini. Well, let's see. I think this is a... oh, this is so difficult. I mean, what is going to happen? So many factors to consider. Yeah, let me go there. Third. Okay, let's see what happens. And yes, so this is the sprint, as predicted. And this is actually looking pretty good. We would not have been... oh, and we can't even sprint. Like, this is it. We're limited to -1 in sprint after all, so yeah. If we follow this move, then we have no sprint left. So that's it. And oh, Alberto Martini did manage to win. He was indeed getting past everyone. So we did the right thing. I had not considered that we can't sprint. And I could not have done better with this consideration here, apart from noticing that, but that wouldn't have changed anything, because we placed as far forward as we could. And what I should have done is basically get one higher up before, like on the turn before, join P0 with him. But yeah, alright, here comes Dennis. And we have a top 10? Well, indeed we do, but only with one rider. So 6th place overall. I think that is about as well as we could have done. Maybe 1 or 2 positions more, but that was well raced by the other riders there. So not much in it. Yeah, alright, how many XP points are that? 125. Not too bad. I take it. Better than the Southern Alps race. Alright, but now it is time for the next season. But first, season evaluation time. And the worst of all the races was the Southern Alps Tour with just 75 points. Yeah. And then the second worst, the TTTC. And then, of course, we had that beautiful win in the Groenwald to Wiental race. That was absolutely brutal. And Mara also. We did well in the classics. Actually, we did really well in the pro classics. Not so well in the amateur, or mixed rather. Maybe we should partake in some more pro races. And our team is looking very weak for what position we are in. Yeah, this is this is not good. Dennis is our guy of the year with 1,700 prestige points. Pavel Gusev second, and we are sitting back there in second to last with just 600 points. Overall, we finished in 8th, and I just have to check if we go back. We indeed have this crazy result from Nova Sports. Never seen anything like it. 26,000 points. And the next best team, 12,000. In scouting out the season races, I was like, oh wow. Yeah, Dahlbeck to Hammersbach looks quite brutal as per usual. And then I was going to Hegenberg and... Holy shit! Holy shit! This race, like, who gets to the finish also has basically a top 10 guaranteed. This is absolutely cruel. Now that is a weird Chrono Ridge race. Beautiful descending skills test, and then a little kicker towards the end. Do we have a rider for this? This is an unfortunate setup that we have here. Many of our riders kind of potentially capped, and they are at very high percentage points for level ups. And then we have our roster here of young talent that, well, would be a step back in terms of performance, at least for a season, but they do have massive talent. I think Frank Weiss needs to go. Yes, it hurts, because it's just 11 points more and he has a level up and becomes, well, slightly better. But whom are we taking on? Maybe Julian Wolf. Look at that. He can become a powerhouse. That's for sure. 10 energy per turn. And he's very close to a level up where he gets his second climber skill. And I mean, yes, Sansa is really special, but also in a very weird way. He's not balanced whatsoever. He is getting very close to his level up though. So maybe, if we look at our calendar, we could do something like go to Hegenberg, have him level up somehow, and then be a little better on Steinway, and potentially do something here? This looks like a tough race. It only has one climb in it though. Okay, pretty tough decision here. I think what we need to do is to try to rotate out Sansa, because he is hitting a wall and he will level up, but from there he doesn't go anywhere because of the potential limitation. So And I do want to take on Stephen Turner, who seems to become an absolute beast in cobbles and whatnot. He's somewhat close to leveling, but that means we need to get rid of another rider. And Damien is already one who is at a decently high level and has a super potential at just 26, which is still fine. He has plenty of years to grow. Another candidate who is running into a wall is Pavel Gusev. And he's a really strong rider, very fast as we have seen. And he's close to leveling, but he also doesn't go anywhere. So I can't keep my entire team at like level 6 and 7 and then run into a wall of potential from there. That doesn't quite seem right. On the other hand, I can't just have level 12 riders on my roster. So in the end, that doesn't work either. They cost way too much. So the question really is, where do we strike that balance? Do we want to keep most of our riders that we currently have and then just use them as they are because they are still useful and they don't cost much? Or do we want to bolster our team long term? And in that regard, I have the thought of Vladimir Antonov, of course, is going to be a climber level 2 and a time trial level 1. So he's going to be tour rider, just in general, pretty solid rider. And then he's in dire need of more recovery, of course. Damien is going to be our kind of sprinter, flat-ish rider. He is somewhat replacing Pavel, actually. Then Julian Wolf is going to be our purest climber. Or maybe we can make him into a hill specialist. Because he does have that massive energy per turn as well. Although, yeah, he doesn't have enough attack points to be a hilly classic specialist. That is lacking. He's more of a grinder. So if we pump him in energy and recovery, he will be a beast in climbs and, yeah, just in general, hilly stages. So it could be cool, and he's almost there for a level. What do we want to give him? Maybe a level in downhill would actually work pretty well. Or we give him a level in time trial, which then would make him a little too close to Vladimir, though. We don't need two specialists necessarily. So with that being said, I think we are going to replace... Oh, this hurts. We're going to keep Sansa around to hopefully level, but we are going to replace Pavel, and that makes us have 4 riders that can go to level 12. Is that enough? Yeah, it certainly is. You don't need more than that. And then we could take limited riders, potential limited riders that are just like spot on for what we need. And I can't replace Dennis at this point because he's giving us way too many points in prestige that we really need to satisfy our sponsors. So tough decisions here, and I think getting rid of Pavel short-term hurts a lot, but long-term probably is the right thing. So this is what I'm going to do, switching Pavel for Steven. And with that, I think our team is set. We are going to get more of a cobble focus with this. And we do have a bit of an all-rounder team, it seems like. And looking at the race calendar, I think that fits pretty well. We can go for the 2 big classics first. Hammersbach, this is the disadvantage of being able to pick this early on. You don't know how stacked the races are at that point. So maybe there's no one even going here. Who knows? But this is also 2 levels of prestige higher. Do we have anyone who actually can survive this race, though? Not really. I don't think Sansa can, with his 77, which would be an 81, I guess. Yeah, but he does have the 2 in cobble, which will help for both those technical sectors. But he does have a -1 in mountain, which is... It's basically dead at this point. So, no, he won't survive this one. Can anyone survive this one then? The desert sprint? Well, I guess Pavel could. Pavel could certainly survive this one. He has a +2 in flat. This doesn't look too bad. But also, he's not one of the quickest. But I think we would be able to get the top 10 there for sure. Yes, the more I look at this setup, I think this is the way to go with this roster of riders. It won't be optimal, but it doesn't have to be, because we are on lower budget than we could have been, much lower. There's plenty to go there still, so we can lower this to low, and that means just 1,100. Could even drop this to medium and still pass, I believe, or at that, so 930. But that is not what I want, really, because I do want to have this as a starting point for next season if we are able to get better riders or level up ours quite significantly. And as you can see, we have our first grand tour in here on the list. September, Tour of Archanan. Let's check it out. We have a flat prologue, pretty long for a prologue. Then one of the toughest stages in this one, 400 nodes long, plenty of mountain ratings. Maybe a point to go for the mountain jersey. And then an easy flat stage, easy flat-ish stage, easy flat-ish stage, which is pretty long though. Time trial, brutal, absolutely brutal. And then a shortish hilly stage, and then a mountain stage with 2 major climbs right there once again at the start, so maybe mountain jersey time. And easy stage there, another time trial, yeah, and then, big climb there at the start. Another one to grab, maybe, for the mountain jersey. So this looks like a perfect candidate to maybe secure a mountain jersey. And we're taking part in the ITT World Invitational. Of course, that one mostly goes to Team Archanan, which is not us. But Telecom Archanan, that is. But there are a few stages in here which do require a bit more of the climbing. And if we play it smart, we might be able to do a little better than our level would suggest. So this is what I'm going for as well. And we do have Dennis and Vladimir to do so. And maybe even Steven, although this race has very little... Ooh, is this a cobble sector there? Looks like it. It's a little weak, but I think that is. Yeah. So, a few technical sectors. And Steven Turner, if we give him a time trial skill as the first level up, then he has 16 attack points. And we could put 1 point into attack per turn, and that would make him like really fast. Still not enduring enough for longer time trials, of course, but in general, just as a thought, that also gives him 1 downhill. Yeah, interesting. And there we go. I think that's the plan. Yeah, you can pause it here if you want to take a closer look, of course. I think this all makes sense. We do have Vladimir Antonov as the main guy for the Archanan Tour, and we are taking Sansa to Steinway. I don't think he's going to survive, and we're going to take Steven Turner to the Tour of the North, hopefully with level 6 at that point. Denis Tarasov is going for the Time Trial International Time Trial World Championships and the Chrono, and helping out in the hinterlands as well. Our new climber, who is going to be level 5 very soon, hopefully getting that in the Steinway just for participating. I don't know if he can survive this one. Maybe. Maybe. This looks brutal. This looks extremely brutal. He probably can't. So yeah, that's a little bit of a bummer. But I would like to level him before then. That's the point. But I think we can make it within the time limit. I really hope so. But this is looking absolutely cruel. Anyway, I think this is an excellent setup overall. We are well within our means here. Now I'm just going to check if I can get some more focus on the races that I have chosen. Mara lights up. It's a major focus there. This one is very mediocre, if not complete shit. Although we do have major focus on this one and minor focus on the Archanan Tour. And then we have major focus on the Desert Sprint and the Steinway. Do we have any minor focus? No. Yeah, that's the question. We don't really have any proper contenders for the win here. This is just way too hard. So actually, I think I'm going to go with National. So Archanan Tour, Mara, as well as the Invitational. That's a pretty good set. Two major and one minor. It's strong. All right. With that, there is only... Is there anything more to do here? No, I don't think so. And that does start the next season. Let's go! There we are. Modest goals for this season with a slightly new lineup. And I hope you enjoyed, and see you guys next time.